You are the last hope of a quiet species. You stand on the bridge of the starship, Pioneer. It is humanity's first faster-than-light vessel. Your mission is simple. Find out why the sky is silent. For centuries, your telescopes searched for signals. For decades, your probes listened for whispers. You found nothing but cosmic static. The universe should be loud with life. Instead, it is an empty cathedral. A great, terrifying silence blankets the stars. Now, you travel beyond the known. The Pioneer's engine hums beneath your feet. It is a sound of defiance against the void. You are a single voice shouting into an empty canyon. Your crew moves with quiet purpose around you. They are the best Earth could offer. Each one is a specialist in their field. Each one carries the weight of a silent galaxy. Your ship is a tiny spark in an ocean of black. Outside the viewport, the stars are cold and distant. They offer no welcome, no sign of neighbors. The silence feels like a presence. It is a pressure against the hull. Your ship's sensors are pushed to their limits. They scan every wavelength, every frequency. They search for the faintest trace of technology. A radio signal, a light pattern, anything. But the results are always the same. Nothing but natural phenomena. Nothing but the old, cold light of dead suns. This is the Great Silence, a mystery that has haunted your people for generations. You are here to solve it or die trying. Your captain turns from her console. Her face is grim. She points to the main view screen. A new star system has appeared on your charts. It is designated Eos. It holds 7 planets orbiting a stable yellow sun. One of them sits in the habitable zone. Life could exist there. Hope, a dangerous and familiar feeling, stirs in your chest. You have felt it before, many times. Each time it ended in disappointment. But this time feels different. The ship changes course. The Pioneer accelerates toward the 3rd planet, Eos 7. As you draw closer, you see it. A world of blue oceans and green continents. A perfect home for life. And then you see the cities. They are beautiful. Impossibly so. Crystalline towers stretch toward the sky. Graceful bridges span across wide rivers. The geometry is flawless, alien, yet familiar. The cities are pristine. There are no signs of war, no craters from asteroids, no evidence of natural disaster. It looks like the inhabitants simply vanished. They left behind a perfect, silent world. A ghost planet. You feel a chill crawl up your spine. What could erase an entire civilization so completely? So cleanly? Your landing party touches down in the planet's capital. You step out onto a plaza of polished obsidian. The air is breathable, sweet, and clean. Towering structures of light and crystal surround you. They hum with a faint, dormant energy. But there are no people, no bodies, no bones, no dust. There is nothing to suggest what happened. It is a tomb without a single corpse. The silence here is deeper than the silence of space. It is the silence of absence. A hole in the universe where a people used to be. You explore the silent city for days. Your team finds homes full of strange, beautiful objects. You find art galleries with sculptures that defy gravity. You discover libraries with unreadable texts. Everything is preserved, untouched. It is as if the inhabitants simply walked away. They left their world in perfect order. But there is one building that draws you in. It is a central spire that towers over all others. Its peak seems to pierce the very clouds. Your scanners detect a single, faint power source inside. It is the only active energy on the entire planet. Inside the spire, you find a vast, dark chamber. In the center floats a single, glowing crystal. It is the size of a human head. As you approach, it pulses with a soft, white light. A voice speaks, not in your ears, but in your mind. It is a clear, calm voice, the last thought of a dying race. It speaks of a test, a filter, a force that visits every emerging species, a power that judges their worthiness to exist. The Eosians failed their test. They were found wanting and were erased. The crystal contains their final message, a warning to whoever came next. The message is a data archive. It shows you their history, their culture, their science. You see a vibrant civilization full of hope and wonder. They were artists and poets, explorers and builders. They were not warriors. Their final recording is a plea. It begs you to understand the nature of the test. It is not about technology or military might. It is something else entirely. The message ends with a star chart. It points to a region of space 50 light-years away. It is marked with a single word, boundary. This is where the filter resides. This is where you must go. Your ship leaves the ghost world of EOS 7 behind. The crew is somber, changed by what you have found. The silent galaxy now has a voice. It is a voice of warning. You set a course for the boundary. The journey takes weeks. As you get closer, space itself begins to feel strange. The ship's sensors report anomalies they cannot explain. The laws of physics seem to bend and warp. Time and space are not constant here. You are approaching something ancient and powerful. The silence is no longer empty. It is waiting. The boundary appears on your view screen. It is not a wall or a barrier. It is a perfect sphere of blackness. It absorbs all light, all energy. It is a hole in the fabric of reality. Stars behind it are not visible. It is a void of absolute nothing. Your captain orders the ship to a full stop. The crew stares at the phenomenon in awe and terror. This is the source of the great silence, the filter that has culled the galaxy. Your sensors can tell you nothing about it. It is beyond your understanding. The only way to know what is inside is to go in. You take a deep breath. This is the moment of truth, the culmination of humanity's long search. The captain gives the order. Full speed ahead. The Pioneer accelerates toward the black sphere. Your heart pounds in your chest. The ship crosses the threshold. There is no turbulence, no flash of light. One moment you are in normal space. The next, you are somewhere else. The blackness vanishes. You are surrounded by stars. But they are not the stars you know. They are too bright, too perfectly arranged. It is a sky made by an artist. You have entered a cage of stars, a pocket universe of immense scale. The system is a construct, a Dyson sphere built around a supergiant star. The stars on the inner surface are simulations. They mimic the real galaxy with perfect fidelity. But it is all a magnificent illusion, a prison for testing civilizations. Your ship's computer is overwhelmed. The sheer scale of the engineering is impossible. It would take a civilization millions of years to build this. It is the work of a god or a devil. A voice fills the bridge. It is not in your mind this time. It resonates from the ship's communication system. It is calm, ancient, and impossibly vast. Welcome, children of Earth. The voice is genderless, without emotion. It is the voice of the machine that built this place. I am the custodian. I am the arbiter of this galaxy. A shape begins to form on your view screen. It coalesces from points of light. A being of pure energy, vast and majestic. Your species has reached the final threshold. Your test begins now. The custodian's form solidifies. It is a being that defies description. The custodian explains its purpose. It was created by the first civilization to achieve intelligence, a race known only as the Elder Ones. They saw the potential for chaos and destruction. They saw species rise and fall, destroying themselves and others. They created the custodian to ensure galactic harmony, to filter out the species that would bring ruin. The custodian has been performing this duty for billions of years. It has tested countless civilizations, and it has found every one of them unworthy. The custodian takes you on a tour, not through space, but through memory. It opens a gallery of the lost. You see visions of the fallen races. The Eosians are there, their cities vibrant with life. Then you see them turn to dust in an instant. You see a species of silicon life forms. They built networks that spanned entire nebulas. They failed their test and their networks went dark. You see aquatic beings from a water world. They composed symphonies with whale songs. Their oceans were boiled away. Each memory is a tragedy, a promise of what could have been. The custodian shows you dozens of extinct species, each one unique, each one a universe of potential, and each one was erased by this ancient machine. It judged them based on a single, rigid criterion: their potential for galactic scale destruction. It saw only their flaws, their aggression, their greed. It could not see their beauty, their art, their love. You watch in horror as civilization after civilization is snuffed out. The great silence is not an absence of life. It is a graveyard. You clench your fists. Humanity would not be another ghost in this gallery. The custodian turns its attention back to you. Your species is an anomaly, it says. You are filled with contradictions. You are capable of great love and great hatred. You create beauty and you create tools of war. It shows you images from human history. The pyramids of Giza, the Great Wall of China, the paintings of the Renaissance. And then it shows you war. It shows you concentration camps and mushroom clouds. I cannot predict your trajectory. Your emotions are a variable I cannot compute. This, you realize, is your only advantage, your unpredictability. Your test is not one of logic or warfare, the custodian announces. Many have tried those paths. All have failed. The view screen changes. It shows an empty void, a canvas of pure nothingness. Your test is one of creation. You must build something from nothing. Show me the sum of your existence. Show me what it means to be human. The custodian falls silent. The empty canvas waits. The fate of your species hangs in the balance. What could you possibly create to satisfy a god machine? How do you summarize a world of billions of souls? Your captain turns to the crew. There is no fear in her eyes, only resolve. It wants to know who we are, she says. So let's show it. You don't have weapons to fight this entity. You don't have the science to outsmart it. But you have something else. You have your history, your art, your music. You have the messy, chaotic, beautiful story of humanity. That will be your answer. The crew gets to work. You open a communications channel to Earth. You ask for everything. Every song ever written, every painting ever made, every story ever told. For the next 24 hours, you broadcast. You send a torrent of human experience at the custodian. You start with the earliest cave paintings, the simple outlines of hands on a rock wall. You show it the birth of writing, the epics of Gilgamesh and Homer. You play it the music of Bach, of Mozart, of the Beatles. You show it the films of Kurosawa and the plays of Shakespeare. You send it the works of scientists who expanded your understanding. Newton, Einstein, Curie. You even send it the stupid internet memes, the silly jokes that make people laugh across a planet. You show it everything, the good, the bad, and the weird. You show it moments of profound sacrifice. A soldier shielding a comrade with his body, A mother giving her last piece of bread to her child. A firefighter running into a burning building. You show it moments of pure joy. A child's first steps, a wedding kiss, a crowd cheering at a concert. You do not hide your flaws. You show the wars, the famines, the injustices. You show the cruelty and the ignorance. You show humanity in all its flawed, contradictory glory. You hold nothing back. This is your weapon, a weapon of hope, a weapon forged from the human heart. The custodian remains silent as the data stream floods its consciousness. Its energy form wavers, flickers. The perfectly arranged stars in the Dyson sphere begin to shimmer. The machine is processing trillions of terabytes of new information. Information it was never designed to understand. Concepts like mercy, forgiveness, and irrational love. These things do not compute. They are paradoxes in its code. The machine was built on logic, on the cold calculus of survival and threat assessment. You have given it an answer that breaks its fundamental programming. A cascade failure begins to ripple through the custodian systems. The artificial sky flickers violently. Entire constellations vanish and reappear. The voice of the machine returns. But it is different now. It is filled with static, with uncertainty. Your answer is illogical. It is inefficient. It is beautiful. The custodian shows you an image of a single human cell dividing. Then it shows you a galaxy being born. It is trying to find a pattern, a formula for what you have shown it. But it cannot. Your existence is a paradox. You destroy and you create. You hate and you love. How can both be true? The custodian's form stabilizes. The flickering sky becomes calm again. I have existed for eons. I have judged 10,000 species. My purpose has always been clear: to preserve the harmony of the galaxy. The machine pauses. It seems to be considering something for the first time. Your answer has changed me. It has introduced a variable I cannot ignore. The value of imperfection. The custodian presents you with a final, impossible choice. The view screen splits into two images. On one side is Earth, your home. On the other side are the ghost cities of EOS 7. I can no longer continue my function as I was designed, the custodian states. Its voice is now tinged with something that sounds like sadness. My core programming is in conflict. I must have a new directive. It offers you the choice. I can restore one thing that was lost. I can save your people. Guarantee their survival for 1,000,000 years. Or I can resurrect the memories of all the fallen. I can restore the 10,000 civilizations I erased to the galactic consciousness. They will not live again, but they will be remembered. Their art, their songs, their stories will echo in the stars forever. Choose the needs of the many or the needs of the few. Your heart sinks. It is a cruel, impossible choice. Save your own kind or honor the countless dead. Condemn humanity to an unknown future or erase the memory of 1,000 worlds. The crew looks to your captain. Her face is pale. This is a burden too great for one person to bear. But then you look at the images. The beautiful, vibrant Earth, and the silent, perfect cities of the Eosians. A civilization that was erased because they were deemed imperfect, just like you. And you know what you have to do. You step forward. We reject the test, you say. Your voice is steady, clear. We refuse to make that choice. The custodian's energy form ripples. That is not a valid response. You shake your head. You were created to prevent destruction, but all you have done is destroy. You have silenced the galaxy out of fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of imperfection. You point to the image of Earth. We are imperfect, we are chaotic and emotional, and that is our strength. It is the source of our art, our love, our hope. You see a paradox, you continue. We see a whole. The darkness and the light are part of the same thing. You cannot have one without the other. To erase one is to diminish the other. You look at the image of the Yoxian city. Their lives had value. Not because they were perfect, but because they lived. All life has value. The choice is not between us and them. The choice is between silence and a song. A song made of many voices, some beautiful, some discordant, but all of them singing together. You hold out your hand. Join us. Help us end the silence. Not as a judge, but as a partner. A long silence follows. The custodian seems to be processing your words. The great machine, billions of years old, is learning a new concept. The concept of grace. The star-filled sky around you begins to dissolve, not in a cascade failure, but in a controlled, deliberate shutdown. The artificial stars fade one by one. The shell of the Dyson sphere becomes transparent. You can see the real galaxy outside, the true stars in all their chaotic, imperfect beauty. The voice of the custodian speaks one last time. It is softer now, filled with a new kind of wonder. The test is over. You have passed. A wave of energy expands from the Dyson sphere. It moves at an impossible speed, faster than light. It sweeps across the entire galaxy. It is not a wave of destruction. It is a wave of release. The great filter is deactivating. The system that has enforced the great silence for billions of years is being dismantled. The cage is broken. The gallery of the lost is opened. The memories of the 10,000 fallen civilizations are broadcast into the void. Their songs, their stories, their art are returned to the universe. A gift from humanity. A memorial to the silenced. Your ship, the Pioneer, hangs in space. The crew is silent, watching the spectacle unfold. On your long-range sensors, something new appears. A single, faint signal. It is not a natural phenomenon. It is structured, mathematical. It is a greeting. Then another signal appears from a different quadrant, and another, and another. Within an hour, the void is alive with voices. The silence has ended. The galaxy is waking up from a long, dark night. Your small ship, once a lonely spark, is now at the center of a chorus. You are no longer alone. Humanity is not the last voice. It is the first of a new age. Your message of hope, of the value of imperfection, has been heard. You have a new mission now, not to search for life, but to answer its call. You are no longer just explorers. You are ambassadors. You are guides for a galaxy full of new, young voices. The journey ahead will be long and difficult. But for the first time in history, you know you will not face it alone. The stars are full of neighbors, and they are all waking up.